here, back with another video finally. It's been a hot minute. I have not made a video in like about a month and a half. I've just been super busy. Anyways, today's video is a doozy. It just kind of blows my mind a little bit. Nothing too crazy. If you keep watching this, you'll know that I'm a good noodle. This was all done in you know, with a good heart. I did not mean to just, you know, fuck up or, you know, whatever. A little bit of backstory. This will be needed for the rest to come. Because I was adopted and it went left. And I left at 16 years old. I did not like have everything that normal people have. So like, I think you get your first state ID when you're like around 16, so I didn't have that. So come when I was 18, when I finally got my social and my birth certificate that was being held hostage, all tea, all shade, I went to try to get a state ID because, you know, now I'm 18. I did get all of my jobs without a state ID because I'm just, you know, I move. I do what I need to do, you know. But yeah, I'm 18. I don't have a state ID. I have all these little, you know, high school, middle school IDs from years ago. Like that don't mean nothing. So yeah, so I went in to try to get a state ID at 18 years old. They told me I either had to have my guardians, even though I'm 18, because I have no previous state proof of my existence, essentially. I had to have my legal guardians come and just sign something. Just sign. And of course they didn't want to do that, but that's another story. That's another story time. They didn't want to help me out. They didn't even have to like sit there, talk to me, see me. They just had to sign that I was who I say I was, and that would have been done. But again, another story, another time. So yeah, I had to go through the exceptions process, which you need your social, your birth certificate, which I had. Then you need like grades from school. You need like a yearbook. You need doctor's notes. You need all this stuff. I had to have a whole binder full of shit just to, you know, support my existence. So that was irritating. I finally got my state ID when I think I was 20. I think this year? No, 19, I think. And then like a couple months later, I got my driver's license because I was quick with it. I was like, I need my license. But of course, I had to get a state ID first, I think, because I don't think you could do the exceptions with the driver's license. Anyways, so I got my state ID. A month or so later, I got my driver's license. All was good. But let's go back. Let's go back in between, right? What really kicked this off of, damn, I really need my shit, was this story time happened. So I used to work at Buffalo, B-Dubs, you know, the chicken place, you know. I worked mornings. I was like the opener. I did takeout. I've got so many stories of that. Like, let me know if you want to hear those. But I did take out. I would get there at 10:30 a.m. so we can open at 11. I had to like set up. I don't know why that was even. Okay, so this day, mind you, at this point, I had been driving without my license for a minute. It's because I had my job. Like on my daughter's dad's day off, I would just drive myself versus, you know, him drive me there, drive back home, you know, drive to pick me up, drive back home. Instead of 4 trips, I could just take the 2, you know, there, back, you know, whatever. So, and also to like grocery shop, which was like literally down the street. I was never, you know, picking up friends. I was never doing anything I did not need to do driving the car, right, without my license. It was always work or groceries. That's it. Granted, you know, still illegal, but, you know, like I said, I had good heart in it. I wasn't just out here doing hood rat shit without my license, okay? Okay. So because I only use the car by myself, for the two things, and expose myself, I didn't know how to pump gas. Well, it's not hard, right? But I just never did it. My daughter's father would do it. I'd pay for it. Sometimes, and then he would just pump it for me. But yeah, so I just got my car like last month, and I just found out how to pump gas now. But anyways, so that morning, the morning this all happened, I was like, oh, I don't want to risk that. There's not much gas. Can we go and get gas? And he's like, yeah, we'll go get gas, and then we'll find something to eat after. So we go pump gas, and on the way, he's like, oh, well, Burger King's that way. It passes the house. Do you want to do that, or do you want to just get something else? I was like, it's fine. Let's get Burger King. Mind you, I'm pregnant, heavily pregnant, like pregnant. So, you know, I could always use some food, right? So we get that. We come back. I think I ate kind of fast. Said bye to Bella because we had Bella at this time. Bella, if you don't know my other videos, it was my boxer puppy. So, you know, I said bye to Bella, whatever, was on my way. So I'm heading out of my mom's neighborhood, and I'm like heading, okay, so it's like a pretty busy street. So it's like three lanes or 2 lanes going each direction, right? And so I have to turn left. So I have to go through all this traffic to turn left. A cop is pulling into the neighborhood as I'm going out, right? And I have to turn left. I'm waiting. I should have never done that because when I'm driving, I thought the cop was just going to patrol the neighborhood, but he had turned around and sat behind me while I was waiting for all the traffic. I didn't know the taillight was out, but that was out. That's what made him pull me over. Also, the plates were expired. That's what really made him pull me over. I'm a good driver. I'm not going to say I'm a great driver. I'm a good driver. I'm attentive. Whatever. Especially when I was pregnant. Especially now when I have my daughter in the car. Especially when I was pregnant with no driver's license. Of course, I'm not going to be acting a damn fool with no driver's license. What? So, I'm waiting. As soon as I hit that, I turn, he's up on my ass. He pulls the lights, woo, woo, woo. I hate myself. Fuck. Whoop. Whatever the sound is, y'all know what a police car sounds like when it turns on initially. I'm fucked. So I get into this neighborhood. He pulls me over. He's like, why I stopped you today? This is before, well, obviously stuff has been happening throughout the beginning of time, race-wise, but this was before George Floyd. He was a white policeman. He was not, rude, but he was not kind. He was just doing his job. He pulls me over. He's like, do you know why I pulled you over? I always wear my seatbelt, so that wasn't one of the reasons. He's like, yeah, like your tail light is out, and I see that your plates are expired. Can I have your license and registration? So I'm sitting there, nervous as fuck. I turn, pretend to look in my bag for like a few seconds. I'm like, I don't have one. I thought for a second, I was like, if I lie, will I get in more trouble? I mean, if I lie, he's going to find out anyways. He's going to find out, right? Like, he can just look me up and be like, oh, she doesn't have a license. The fuck she lying for? So I was like, I don't have one. He's like, you don't have what? I was like, I don't have a license. And he's like, oh, do you have any other form of ID? Gave him my school ID, ran my shit, whatever, right? So he comes back and he's like, okay, well, since unfortunately you don't have a license, and oh, kicker, the car was not insured. So that was the big issue, right? Well, I guess me not having a license is a big issue too, but that was the big issue, is not having insurance. So he's like, because you don't have a license and like this car isn't insured and you don't have a license, you're gonna have to park it right here. And he waited for me to park it there, and he waited for like a minute. Like, he's like, call somebody to pick you up. So I was like maybe 5 minutes away from the house anyways, but I did call my daughter's father. I was like, dude, like, excuse me, I got pulled over. They're telling me I gotta keep the car here. I don't know what to do. Like, I gotta be at work. So I called as soon as I got pulled over and the cop was looking at my stuff, I did call my work and told him, I was like, I'm gonna be late, but I didn't end up going that day. I didn't end up going that day. I didn't even call. I was just like, I'm gonna be late. I'm pulled over. I don't know what's going. I don't have my license. I was honest with my manager. He was cool. I was like, I don't have my license. This might be bad, so I'm gonna be late or I might not come in. Just letting you know. He's like, oh well, good luck with that. Peace. So yeah. So the cop comes and whatever. Right. So they give me a ticket. He's like, go to court on this day. Now here's where the warrant comes in, right? So it just so happens that I didn't know my conception date. So it was said that my daughter would be born in November, or December 10th was her due date. She was actually born November 19th. She was healthy, she was full term. I just didn't know when she was conceived. So instead of, whatever, she was basically a Valentine's Day baby, okay? That's it. So she came, hella early by our standards. So we're like, and mind you, so she was born the 19th, which was a Monday. And I remember I was supposed to go to court that Wednesday of that week. But, I'm laid up with my newborn in the hospital. No. So, I did call that morning. I was like, hey, like, I just had my baby, like, today. I had my baby today, and I'm supposed to go in 2 days to go to court for this traffic stop, and I don't think I'm gonna be out. And the lady, she's like, oh yeah, okay, thank you for letting us know, just come the following week. All right, all is good, right? So I go, like, we do our hospital stay. The next week comes, I'm there, I'm dressed appropriately, got my newborn asleep in her carrier, her dad's there, we're sitting there waiting, whatever. So the DA, I think that's what they're called, calls me in, because I showed them, the lady on the phone said that I just had to have proof, because of a child that's like less than a week old is not proof enough. I had to have like proof from the hospital, like a letter. So I got my letter, brought my letter up. The DA calls me. She's like, oh, she clearly sees the carrier. The things that open a little bit, so she could see there's a baby. We're not just fucking around. And she's like, you know what? It is good that you came today because you had a warrant out for your arrest. And I said, what? I got a what? I had a what? For what? For my what? I was tripping balls. I was like, me? I know I'd be doing some stuff, but like, I could have gotten arrested. Okay. And so she's like, yeah, it's fine. You're here. You won't get arrested. Yeah. So the insurance charge would have been $500 something dollars, but she saw we have a newborn, we're young, whatever. I explained that I was going to work, whatever. And so she dropped it down to, the whole ticket was dropped down to 120, and I think I lost 2 points on my driver's license that I didn't even have yet. 2 points, which isn't bad. You have like 12, right? So, I mean, I still have my driver's license. I mean, I was able to get my driver's license with that, you know, so that's good. But yeah, don't drive without a license, okay? I don't care. Don't get that shit. It's not that hard. Like, I was really, the permit process, to get my permit took 2 visits, I think. I had to take the test 4 times. I'm not good at test taking, but like when it came down to my driver's license, I was 2 points away from not passing. But I did pass. I have my license, I have my vehicle, and we good, right? We're good. But yeah, that was the time I got pulled over without a license while hugely pregnant. Oh, go back. When the cop pulled me over, he made sure I was like parking the car. Then he went back to where he caught me at to catch somebody else doing whatever they're doing. And when he saw me walking, because I don't think when I was sitting, when I was sitting down, I feel like you could probably see my belly, but like when I was walking, you could really see my belly. And his scary ass just went, because it was the neighborhood where I was supposed to go back. His scary ass just left, saw me walking pregnant, heavily pregnant. He just left. Yeah, good, sir. Good. Do you feel good? Do you feel good about yourself? I know I was in the wrong. I'm not gonna be like, F the police because I did something illegal. I say F the police because they're killing us out here. Not because I did something illegal. Just to get that straight, okay? But anyways, that is the story time of how I got arrested. How I got pulled over. I did not get arrested. I have never been in handcuffs by a policeman, okay, or a policewoman. I've never, okay. Let me stop. Okay, but yeah, that is my story time. See y'all later.